All right. Good afternoon and welcome to today's session of Imagine America Radio, our continuing Career College Exposition webinar series. My name is Lee Doubleday and I'm with the Imagine America Foundation. I'm excited about today's webinar with Lincoln Tech. Lincoln Tech has 22 campuses located throughout the United States, and these campuses are accredited by the Accrediting Commission of Career Schools and Colleges. On today's webinar, we're going to be discussing Lincoln Tech's Connecticut, Pennsylvania, New York, and New Jersey campuses. Lincoln Tech has an amazing history of graduating successful technicians in the automotive, diesel, and collision repair industries. Lincoln Tech is also a 20-year sponsor of the Imagine America Scholarship and Award programs, having provided admissions-based financial aid to more than 10,000 enrolling Imagine America students. Without taking valuable time from today's presentation, let me refer any and all inquiries about Imagine America to our website, which is www.imagine-america.org. Joining us today to discuss your road to success is Dustin Sprouse. Dustin is Lincoln Tech's high school ambassador. He has a passion for helping students reach their career goals and has been doing this with Lincoln Tech for over 8 years. We're excited to have Mr. Sprouse join us today to chat with you about your future. But before turning the program over to Mr. Sprouse, let me outline today's agenda. Today's session of Imagine America Radio will be approximately 30 minutes long, with polls like the one that you see in front of you now during the presentation for you to answer and engage with our presenter. All participants can submit questions while the presentation is in session via the Q&A feature in this Zoom meeting. At the end of the presentation, I will then present any questions offered by the participants, and we'll address as many questions as possible and provide written responses and follow-up emails if necessary. So, without taking any more valuable time from today's presentation, let me turn today's session over to Dustin Sprouse. Dustin, the floor is yours.
All right. Thanks, Lee. All right, y'all, we're going to go ahead and get this show on the road. My name is Dustin. I'm with Lincoln Tech, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time talking to you guys today about Lincoln Tech, what we're doing, some of the programs that we offer, but also talking to you about successful careers, what it takes to be successful. Do you want to be successful? It's kind of the American dream, right? You want to have successful careers, make good money, buy a nice house, have nice things, live comfortably. There are some things that go into that process. You guys are high school students right now. How do you get from point A, I'm a high school student, to point B, now I have a successful career? We're going to talk about some of those steps and preparation that you need to make now as high school students to prepare yourselves to transition from high school into the real world and into your careers. So without taking up any more time, we're going to go ahead and get on into it. So first and foremost, you have to graduate, right? You got to get there. You got to get to graduation. If you're a senior this year, times are crazy. COVID's going on. Some of y'all are going to school in person. Some of y'all are doing it online. Some of you is doing a mixture of the both. And it can be very challenging, right? It's a different environment than we've ever had to operate in. So some of you are very excited about graduation. Like you're like, I'm over it. I'm ready to be there. I can't get here soon enough. You're counting down the days. Some students are a little nervous about graduation, but they're looking forward to it. And then there are also some students who are just freaking out. Like, I am not ready. I'm not ready for them to transition to life and those next steps and what's about to come. But whether you're ready or not, or no matter how you feel about it or not, it's coming and it's going to be here before you know it. So when you get there, you make it. Graduation, cap and gown, celebrate with your friends, your family, right? Mom's crying, you did it. Now what? Well, now life starts. Now you have to make some very, very important decisions. Decisions that are going to impact the outcome of the rest of your life, right? Your career. Your career is going to influence a lot of things throughout the rest of the entirety of your life. So this is some very, very important things that you have to think about. And, a lot of students know exactly what they want to do. Some students kind of have an idea of what they want to do, and some students have no idea what they want to do. But you got to start thinking about it. And we're going to talk about choosing careers. So the first thing that you have to do when it comes to, taking that road to success is choosing a career field. Before you can think about college and what you're going to do after you graduate, you got to figure out where you're going, right? What's your destination? What a career field are you going to go pursue a career in? Most of you probably have an idea what you want to do. People have been asking you this, your parents, your counselors, your teachers. What's your plan? Where are you going? What you doing? Right? People have been asking you that since you were a little kid, right? Since you were knee-high to a grasshopper, right? What do you want to be when you grow up? Well, you're grown up. You made it. So choosing a career field, step one. There are some things that you need to consider when it comes to choosing your careers, right? Things like pay. Is it going to pay you enough money so that you can live the lifestyle that you want to live? Location. Are you going to be able to live where you want to live? Opportunity and demand. Are you going to be able to find a job in that field? Right? What about industry growth projections, average retirement age? There's a lot of things that you're going to go take into consideration when it comes to making the decision as to what career field that you're going to pursue. Is it something that you're good at? Is it something that you enjoy doing? A lot of people will tell you that passion is the most important thing when it comes to choosing a career field, because if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not true. Passion is important, but it's not the most important thing. The most important thing when it comes to choosing your careers is opportunity and demand. If there's no opportunity and there are no demands in the career fields that you're choosing, you can't find a job. None of the rest of the stuff really matters. Your passion for it doesn't matter. The pay doesn't matter. Locations don't matter if there are no jobs. So opportunity and demand by far and away is the most important thing. There are too many students across this country that are going to college. They're paying a lot of money to get a college education that they cannot use. They have a degree, but they can't use it because there are no jobs and there's no demand in the field that they want to study. A lot of you know people like that. You probably know somebody who has a college degree, but they don't work in the field that they have a college degree in. And that's crazy, right? Why would you pay a bunch of money to get a college education and not use it? That's like buying a new house and not living in it, or buying a brand new car and not driving it. It's nuts. So choose career fields that are in high demand, and they're going to provide you with a very high level of opportunity. Now, when it comes to the career choices that you guys are making, for those of you who know exactly what you want to do, some of you have it narrowed down, you need to do some research. How much do you actually know about that career field? Most students would probably say, yeah, I've done some research. I know pretty much everything I need to know about it. But the truth is you don't. I interview students to come to Lincoln Tech, and that's a question I ask every student. How much do you actually know about the career field that you're choosing? And most students don't really know much, right? Do you know exactly how many jobs there are in the United States right now in your field? What's that number? Do you know it? I bet you don't. What is the average retirement age in that industry? What are the industry growth projections for the next 20 years? Are they going to project to have more jobs 20 years from today? Or are there going to be fewer jobs 20 years from today? Is it a 6% growth increase, 20%? What does it look like? Most of you probably don't know that, right? What about pay? You know what the average entry level pay is, what the average median level pay is, and what the average high end pay scale is for the career field you're choosing? Probably not. Do you know what states the majority of the jobs are in? You probably don't. Do you know exactly what kind of training and education, certifications, what do you need to get into that industry? These are the things, this is the information that most students lack. They don't know a lot about it. You know, it takes the average student in the United States almost 6 years to get a 4-year college degree. And that's because students aren't doing the research on the front end to educate themselves about the career choices they're making. As a result, they go to college, they start learning about the career field they choose just to realize this isn't the right field for me. And they change their major 2 and 3 and 4 times. And it's just because they didn't do the research on the front end. So y'all got to do some in-depth research. You need to research your career fields, ownitonline.org, BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics.gov, other websites. Go online, do that in-depth research. Find out how many jobs there are, where the jobs are located, what's the pay scale, entry level, median level, high end, average retirement age, industry growth projections. All these things are important. That way you can ensure yourself that you are choosing a career field that is going to set you up for success and provide you with everything that you're going to need so that you can live the lifestyles that you want to live and able to have successful careers in these fields. So go online and do that research. Talk about opportunity and demand being one of the most important things of all. Let's talk about the skills gap. Do you know what the skills gap is? Have you heard of the skills gap? Some students know what this is. A lot of students do not. The skills gap pertains and relates to the skilled trades industry. You're seeing some of these around me: automotive and diesel and welding and nursing and healthcare and culinary arts. These types of industries that require specialized training and certifications to work in. These are some of the most in-demand fields in the United States right now. Between now and 2028, they're projecting that they're going to need to fill over 3 million jobs just in the fields that you see here on the screen. This doesn't include healthcare and nursing and culinary arts and many of the others. That's just the ones that you see around me. The demand in these industries right now is very high, right? The reason the demand is high is because these industries are growing and the baby boomers are retiring. Most of these industries, 80% of the current workforce has over 20 years of experience, and the average age of the technicians working in these fields is 55. They're all about to retire, and that's really what's driving the demand. Because the demand is so high, the pay and the benefits are exceptional and really have improved over the last 10 years and will continue to. These are also industries that are going to provide you with a very high level of job security. You know, when COVID hit earlier this year, the pandemic hit, there was a lot of people that were out of work. They lost their jobs. They were deemed non-essential, right? These are essential industries. These are recession-proof industries. These industries are never going to go away. People in these industries with these types of skills are always going to be relevant, always going to be needed. We're always going to drive. We're always going to use electronics and technology. We're always going to want heating and cooling. Things are always going to be manufactured and goods are always going to be transported. And these are not jobs that you can outsource to another country. So these are industries that can provide you with a very, very high level of opportunity, provide you a very high level of job security. So if you are a hands-on type of an individual, you like problem solving, you like tearing stuff apart, learning about how it works and fixing it and putting it back together, and you get a sense of satisfaction by fixing something and helping other people, these are the types of industries that are going to meet your needs in relation to your careers. All right, so now that we talked about step one, which is choosing a career field and doing the research that you need to do to make sure you're setting yourselves up for success, now I want to know what your destination is. Where are you going to go to get the training that you need so that you can have a successful career in that field? There are 5 destinations that most high school graduates will take. We're going to talk about all 5. 3 of these destinations are good. 2 of these destinations are not great, but we're going to go ahead and talk about them now. So your first option here is you could say, you know what, I think I'm good. 13 years of school is enough for me. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm just burnt out. I'm just going to go get a job. No more school. I'm done. The problem with that is that in today's America, it's very difficult to have successful careers with nothing more than a high school diploma. Statistically, they say that a student with at least 1 year of college education will make a little over $1 million more in their lifetime than a student with nothing more than a diploma. And there's a difference between a job and a career. A lot of you have jobs right now. You work at McDonald's, you mow grass, you stock shelves or push carts at Walmart. Those types of things, those are jobs. Those are not careers. Jobs don't pay great. They don't have a lot of benefits or promotional opportunities, but careers do. Careers are things that you have to invest in that grow with you over time. It will allow you to achieve a high level of success. So unless your family owns a business and you're taking over the family business one day, this is not going to be a viable option for most of you. Another bad option is you could take a year off, the dreaded gap year, right? The elite gap year, just going to relax, take a little time off, then I'll go to college, right? Maybe save a little money, do some traveling. There's one problem with the gap year. The problem is that nobody actually just takes a year off. Most of the students who say they're going to take a year off never return to college. And most of the students who do return to college, it's never a year later. It's many, many, many years later, 5, 10, 15 years down the road. They're in their late 20s and their mid 30s. And they realize that the job that they have is just not enough to have the success that they're looking for. And so now they have to try to go back to school, which is very difficult to do the older you are. Your brain slows down as you age, makes it harder for you to learn. Life happens. You got things going on, responsibilities. So if you're going to go to college, you're going to get training and you want to have successful careers, my advice, go do it right away. Y'all are used to getting up and going to school every day. As much as you want it to be done with, just go get it started and get it over with. For those of you who think you're going to save money, you're not. If you haven't saved money over the last 18 years, by the time you graduate high school, you haven't saved money for college, I don't know, makes you think you're going to save money in the next year. You're just not. You'll probably actually have less money a year after you graduate as opposed to if you had went right when you graduated from school. Most of the scholarships that are going to be available to you are going to be available to you as your seniors. A year later, a lot of those scholarships are going to be off the table. So it is actually going to cost you more in the long run by taking that time off on a financial front. And think about it this way. Every year that you take off, you are delaying the start of your career. Right? If let's say you get out of college, you start your career, you're making $40,000 a year, $60,000 a year, $100,000 a year, whatever it happens to be, whatever the annual salary is for the field that you're choosing, every year that you take off, you're costing yourself that much money because you're not in the career field working and you're doing nothing when you should be. So not a great option. All right. Next is the military. Now, this is a good option. This is a great option for some, but it's not for everybody. Right? Some of you need the military. You need to go out. You really don't know what you want to do. Need to grow a little bit, mature a little bit more, figure some things out. Military is great, right? Teach you a lot of great things, build some valuable experiences, maybe get to travel. And cool thing about the military is they got a lot of great benefits, right? You can make a career out of the military, great retirement. You know, they'll help you pay for college and things like that. One thing that students don't realize is the military will actually help pay for your college education, whether you go to college first and then go to the military, or whether you go to the military first and then come to college. They'll pay for it either way. But make sure if you're going to enlist that you're doing it for the right reasons. You should be enlisting and serving because you want to serve your country. If you are solely going to the military to get your education paid for, that's not a good enough reason. You should be enlisting because you want to serve. There are a lot of challenges for ex-military. And no matter what your recruiter tells you, they may tell you all day long that you'll never have to go fight. That's not true. Once you sign and once you're in, they own you. They can make you go do whatever they want to make you do. So make sure you understand what you're getting yourselves into and make sure you're doing it for the right reasons. But this is a great option. It is a great option for some, but again, it's not for everybody. Now, when it comes to college, you got a couple of options when it comes to college. Now, there are two things that are going to influence this decision. One is going to be the career choice that you make, right? If you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a teacher, if you want to be a marine biologist or a psychologist, you're going to have to go to a four-year college because the career research you did told you that. You got to get a four-year degree to get into these fields. And also you as a student is going to influence this decision. Hey, if you are a good traditional learner, if you're good at sitting in class and doing book work and listening to lectures and writing papers, traditional college is right up your alley. But if you're not, and you don't like doing that stuff, and you're more of a hands-on type of a person, traditional college is probably not going to be for you. You're probably not going to like it, and you're probably not going to be successful at it. So the career choices you're making and your learning abilities are going to determine where and what kind of a school you go to. But traditional colleges are great. 2-year, 4-year colleges. College is expensive. It costs a lot of money. We talked earlier about it takes the average student in the United States almost 6 years to get a 4-year degree. So you got to take that into consideration, right? Time is money. And if you're going to go to a 4-year college, make sure you're choosing a career field and getting a degree that you're going to be able to use. Don't be like one of those students who go out and get a 4-year college degree that they can't do anything with, like we talked about earlier. And the career research on the front end is what's going to save you and keep you from doing that. Another option you have is tech school, trade schools like Lincoln Tech. This is for more of you, your hands-on type learners. For those of you who like to work with your hands. For those of you who are interested in careers in the skilled trades. If you're going to be a welder, a mechanic, a machinist, these are the types of schools that you're going to have to go to get the training and the certifications that you need to get into these industries. These schools are much more hands-on focused. The programs are much faster. You can get it out and get out quicker, very career specific, hands-on training environment. And like we talked about earlier with the skills gap, these industries are in high demand and provide a very high level of job security. All right, so now that we talked about the recipe for success, first you have to choose your career field and do that research, and then you have to determine your destination. Make sure you're going to the right school that's going to give you the training that you need so you can get to that career field that you're choosing. Let's talk about Lincoln Tech and how we can help those of you who are interested in getting into the skilled trades achieve those goals. Lincoln Tech's been around for a long time. The school was founded up in Newark, New Jersey in 1946, just after World War II was getting over, offering training to the soldiers returning from the war, the veterans, teaching automotive, HVAC, and diesel. We've been doing this for almost 75 years. We have 22 campuses in 14 states nationwide. We are one of the largest technical educators in the country. And we have graduated over 250,000 students out of our programs who are now fulfilling successful careers all across the United States and even internationally. Our programs at Lincoln Tech are very fast. We can get you in and get you trained and get you out quick. It's a hands-on teaching environment designed to build your experience levels. Career services to help with job placement assistance. Our instructors have real-world experience. We have national and local advisory boards, and financial aid and scholarships are available for you if you qualify for them. Now let's talk a little bit about locations. We are very, very heavy into the East Coast. Again, the school is founded in New Jersey, so we have a lot of campuses out there that direction. So here's a list of some of the campuses. We have Union, New Jersey, Somerville, South Plainfield, Island, Paramus, Morristown. We're in Queens, New York, Shelton, and New Britain, Connecticut. And then you also have our Mahwah campus, Columbus, Maryland, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Allentown, Lincoln, Rhode Island, and East Windsor, Connecticut. And as you can see, we have a wide variety of programs available at these campuses. Auto, diesel, collision, machining, electrical, welding, HVAC, culinary arts, cosmetology. We have healthcare and nursing programs. Just about any area of the skilled trades industries, we have opportunities in. Different locations offering these different types of training opportunities. So depends on the program and the location where it's available, as you can see around me here, but our programs are very career focused. They're very career specific. You can get in and get trained and get out anywhere from 6 to 17 months. That's fast. Most colleges will take you at least 2 years to get your training. You can get your training at Lincoln Tech in 17 months or less. That is fast. Some of our programs have associate's degree options. If you're interested in getting an associate's degree, you can add those additional classes so that you can take the classes necessary so that you can get a degree with your training. Or if you just want the hands-on training, you can come out, you can go through the diploma version, just get the career-specific hands-on training that you're looking for to get into these fields. We have large shops, large facilities, tons of equipment and resources at the campuses for you to work on while you're going to school. Some of our affiliations, we have a lot of industry affiliations. Again, we've been doing this for 75 years. So we have a lot of relationships built within these industries. These are some of the big names that most everybody can look at and instantly will know. Everybody knows who John Deere is, right? Everybody looks at this Corvette. Everybody knows who Corvette and BMW are. These are international companies. These are companies that we work with and we partner with. They hire our graduates. They are some of these executives of these companies are on our advisory committees. These are companies who are sponsoring our programs, investing money in our facilities, investing money in our equipment, and investing money in our students by providing us with scholarship funds that we can distribute to our students while they're attending classes. So industry relationships are very important, and we have a lot of them. These are just some of the big names. We have a lot of local, more regionalized companies that we also partner and work with, but we just can't fit them all on here. So we got the big guys up here. So pretty cool stuff. All right, some of the resources that we provide at Lincoln Tech. Career services is the most valuable. The whole point of a student coming to Lincoln Tech is to have a career when they graduate. We want to help with that process. Our career services staff is there to support our students. And so basically they're your connection to the workforce. They're going to help with professional development. We teach our students how to do interviews and job search strategies and develop their soft skills and build their resumes, all those types of things. We also help with employer networking. Because the industries are in such high demand, these employers want to come in, they want to talk to students and spend time with students, right? So you're going to have a lot of opportunities to meet with these employers, career fairs, in-class visits. They'll come in and visit in the classrooms and talk to students, and you get to go on some field trips and go out and tour their shops and their facilities and see what they're doing. And then we also help with placement. We actually help all of our students who are in classes and attending at Lincoln Tech and securing part-time jobs to work while they're going to school. And most of our students are working industry-related part-time jobs. We want to get you working in the field while you're going to school. And then we also help our graduates in securing full-time employment in their fields anywhere they want to go. Whether you want to go back home to your hometowns and work or travel to the West Coast or South or North, we got campuses all across the country, representatives like myself working in almost every state in the country, and we got graduates all across the United States and even internationally. We have a massive network that we can tap into to help you find jobs wherever you want to go. And what the greatest value to our career services is that it's an ongoing service, which means 5 years, 10 years, 20 years down the road, the graduate of Lincoln Tech ever needs assistance with employment, they can call us. We're there to support them through the entirety of their career. Job placement, career advancements, promotions. You pick up the phone, you call us. We're there to support you. We also have housing options. Now, in the Northeast up there, of all those campuses that you see, our East Windsor campus in East Windsor, Connecticut is the only campus that is what we consider a destination campus, which means they have a housing program. We will work with Collegiate Housing Services. They're a third-party housing company. All of our students live in apartments. They have a housing authority. All the other campuses, we do not have housing programs, so you would have to commute, live locally, or go an independent housing option and get your own apartment and do your own thing. And the campus staff at those locations can assist you with doing that and securing housing there locally to the area. But we just want to make sure that the students have somewhere safe and somewhere comfortable to live while they're going to school. So whether you live locally and you can just commute, or if you do need housing, then campus staff there at the local campuses are going to be able to assist you with that. Financial aid. This is important. We talked about how expensive college was earlier, and funding your education is important. There are a lot of funding options out there for you. I'm sure by now, most of you have heard of the FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid. See what kind of federal and state aid is available for you. You have cash savings, different types of parental loans, institutional loans, student loans, scholarships, and grants. We have a financial aid department that will help you through this process. They're going to support you and go through this process with you to help you apply for and see what type of funding options are out there. Over 90% of all the students who attend Lincoln Tech qualify for some type of federal student aid. So make sure that you get this process started now, seniors. Make sure you're getting your FAFSAs completed and getting those done. But if you need some support and you need some help, we do have a financial aid department that can help you with that process. Scholarships are extremely, extremely important. We award over $14 million of grants and scholarships annually every year across this country. Scholarships through different types of competitions like Skills USA and FFA. You can get scholarships that you can get from your high schools through Imagine America. And right now, we actually have a testing competition going on, which at the end of the presentation, I'm going to send the link out through the chat. And they also have a QR code at the end of my presentation that you can scan with your phone, and you can take the scholarship test. The scholarship test will put you in the running to win scholarships starting out anywhere at $1,000 up to as high as $15,000. You do have to be a senior in order to take the scholarship test. But at the end of the presentation, I'll send the link out, or you can scan the code, You'll register, you'll complete the test. 20-question test. You have 20 minutes to complete it and see what your score is to qualify for some scholarship opportunities through that. But make sure you guys are going out and you're going online and you're looking for and starting to apply for scholarships. There are a lot of different types of scholarship opportunities out there for you, but you're never going to get them if you don't go online and find them and apply for them. Fill out the applications, write the essays, do whatever you got to do. The funding's out there for you, but you're not going to get it if you don't go out and ask for it. All right, our process is also a little different. Lincoln Tech, most colleges, you can just go right to and apply. Apply online. Most colleges are academic based. They're going to look at your GPA, your SAT, your ACT, your testing scores, and determine whether they want to accept you or not without ever meeting you. And most colleges are trying to take as many kids as they possibly can find. Our process is the opposite of all of that. We do not have academic requirements to get in, no GPA, ACT, or SAT requirements to get in. However, we do interview and hand select all of our students. It's recommendation based. The only way a student can actually apply to Lincoln Tech is to go through an interview process with a representative like myself, and I would have to recommend that student to Lincoln Tech in order for them to apply. We're not trying to take anybody and everybody we can get because we have very limited class sizes, limited opportunity. So we're very selective. Trying to make sure we're bringing the right students who we feel are confident can come out and perform at a high level and be successful in our programs, and students who honestly are coming for the right reasons because they're serious about their career, their training, and their education. They're going to show up and work hard and conduct themselves like professionals. We don't want the knuckleheads and the troublemakers and the distractions. We're looking for good students who are going to show up and work hard and be successful. These interviews are being conducted over Zoom video conferencing. You'll meet with a representative from your area, get on Zoom with you and your parents. Your parents have to be there for the interview process. We just want to make sure Lincoln Tech's a good fit for you, you're a good fit for Lincoln Tech, and that your family is supportive. It is an interview, so prepare for it like you would an interview. Dress professionally. Provide a copy of your resume to your representative. Get letters of recommendation from your teachers, counselors, coaches, principals, your employers. Provide those to your representative as well. It's going to go a long way to helping you earn a recommendation to the school. All right, last but not least, we're going to talk about how you get there. If you are interested in what we're doing at Lincoln Tech, a couple of ways. Interested in scholarship information, interested in setting up interviews, you can do this a couple ways. You can go onto our website to lincolntech.edu and click apply now, and you can complete a pre-application, which will go to a local representative in your area. You can also contact Mr. Trujillo. He is one of our directors of admission out there. His number is 860-882-4608. You get a hold of Andy. You can also email him, text him, or call him. Just shoot him a text with your name, the program you're interested in, and he can forward that information to the appropriate representative local to your area and have them contact you about setting up interviews, campus tours, talking to you about that process. We talked about the scholarship opportunity here. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to bump to this last slide. So here in the middle of the slide is a QR code. You can scan this code and it will take you to the scholarship test. So if you want to go ahead and scan that now, you can. I'm going to leave this up. I'm going to kill my video at this point, and I'm going to go ahead and send the link for the scholarship test to you as through the chat right now. So you also have it through the chat. So if you can't get the QR code to scan on your phone, then you should be able to use the link that I'm about to send to the chat. And you can go ahead and complete that scholarship test at this time and see what type of scholarship opportunities might be available to you.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, Dustin. Appreciate your time today. We are now going to open this up for the question and answer portion of today's presentation. So if you have a question, please feel free to type that using the Q&A feature or the chat feature. Either one will work. It does look like we have a question that came in. This person wants to know, actually, is there a deadline for this scholarship test?
Yes. So the scholarship testing will continue to run all summer. But there is a portfolio process in order to get to the big money, the $4,000 or $4,000 to $15,000 range in the scholarship testing competition. That there's a portfolio process that goes into that, and those portfolios are due by May 15th. So I would recommend that you take the scholarship test immediately now. Once you take the test, it will give you your score. It'll put it right up on the screen. It'll also email it to you. The total points allowed is 56. If you get 39 points or higher, you are eligible for some type of a scholarship. And at that point, you would need to get in touch with a representative from your area so that they can talk to you about that, how to go about getting and obtaining the scholarship opportunity. So the sooner the better. Get on it and get it going.
Right. Yeah. The sooner the better, I guess. It doesn't hurt you to do it earlier, so you might as well.
Yep.
Okay. And another question, this person wants to know if you have virtual open houses, I guess either on the website or would they have to contact somebody to do some kind of a virtual open house? Or
Yes, we have virtual tour videos available on YouTube and online. If you get a hold of Mr. Trujillo, Andy, that was there on the last slide. I can bump back to that slide real quick if you didn't get his contact information. You can contact him. They will have monthly. They are doing virtual open houses, and they'll have employers and different people come on as guest speakers, and you guys are able to attend those as well. So I don't know the dates for each of the campuses. There's so many campuses up there in the Northeast. You'd have to get a hold of Andy, and he could direct you to the right person that could get you the dates and the information on when those are taking place and how to attend those.
Okay, great. All right. Well, before closing, I just want to thank all of our participants for taking time out of their busy schedules to join us today. I'd also like to thank Dustin for sharing with us today's presentation, and encourage each and every one of you to contact him directly with any future questions. I will be compiling a recording of this session and sending you the recording tomorrow morning, along with Dustin's contact information and the scholarship link, in case you haven't clicked on it here yet or used the QR code. On behalf of the Imagine America Foundation, I just want to thank you all for joining us. Be safe and have a great rest of your day.